Hi, it's Jeff Kelly. Yesterday, me and my wife went and saw Joker, and I've been thinking about the movie a lot lately. And I just wanted to make a quick video about my kind of thoughts and theories about the movie itself. So this isn't like a review. Overall, my review, I'd probably give it maybe like an A minus, maybe B. No, probably like an A minus. The A minus coming from that I did feel like some of the pacing of it could have been tightened up a little bit and a little bit more of a heavier ending with maybe just a little bit more carnage and stuff like that. I understand why they didn't want to go quite that far with it and make it that much darker because it is a pretty dark film. But I do think that the ending felt like just a little anticlimactic to me anyway. But besides that, I thought that the movie was fantastic. So I'd give it probably like an A minus. Joaquin Phoenix A plus for sure. But anyway, I have theories about it though, and I wanted to kind of share those. So I've been thinking about it a lot, and I really think that this is not a movie that we need to take at face value. Just like everything that the Joker has ever said in the movie incarnations. With the exception of Tim Burton's Jack Napier role, we've never really known who this character is or who this character was. All right, so at the very end of the movie, because this is spoilers, okay? So at the very end of the movie, all right, he is laughing. Arthur Fleck is in the Arkham Asylum, and he is laughing, and the psychiatrist says, what's so funny? What are you laughing at? He's like, oh, I'm thinking of a joke. And she's like, tell it to me. He's like, oh, you wouldn't get it, right? This can be taken multiple ways, okay? Okay, so the first one is that it's a joke on the psychiatrist character, but it's a joke that we, the audience, get because we know the canon. Okay, we know the canon of Batman. We know that all of those things that happened in the story didn't actually happen within the Batman universe. Okay, we know that it wasn't a Joker inspired person who killed the Waynes. We know that it was Joe Chill who killed the Waynes. And I don't understand why people are just so easy to throw the canon right out the window just because it's a standalone Batman film. I mean, there still is canon there for a reason, and it's called Joker. So they're doing new things with it, but it's still a movie that exists within this idea of the Batman universe where there is canon. Okay. And the other way I take it too, which I actually like this one maybe even more, it's like you wouldn't get it, and that's a joke to the audience ourselves. All right, so it's sort of like this kind of message from Arthur Fleck, like, hey, you thought you were gonna see a movie, right, about the Joker and where the Joker comes from and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's cute, but guess what? All the stuff that you just saw, that didn't actually happen. I'll never tell you what my backstory is and stuff. You never get to know that because I'm the Joker. I'm the agent of chaos. I'm the man. I'm the most mysterious villain and ambiguous villain for a reason, right? And he's always been like that. He's always fabricated his stories. Think about The Dark Knight. The whole thing in The Dark Knight is, you know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker. Oh, is it the scars? Oh, my wife was a gambler and got in deep with the sharks. Every time Heath Ledger's Joker told that story, it changed. That's just a part of the character. So we don't just take all this stuff at face value. We've known that this character does this, okay? And so, he imagine that it was them sitting down and he's like, oh, you know how, let me tell you this story, and it's some lie, this story. And then this one happens to be, hey, did I ever tell you the story about how I inadvertently created the Batman? But we know that that's not true. We know that the Joker became the Joker as an antithesis to the Batman, right? That's canon, okay? That's canon. So we don't take this at face value, okay? And just like the psychiatrist doesn't take it at face value, she thinks that it's ridiculous too, right? He's the ultimate unreliable narrator. This explains a lot of stuff in the story. Everybody's talking about how the movies like Taxi Driver and the movies like King Comedy, right? And I totally see the parallels to it, but it explains that. as he's telling the story, he's telling this story, and she might every once in a while say, "Hey, that sounds kind of like Taxi Driver," or "That sounds kind of like King of Comedy," and he's like, "Oh, no, 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 this is exactly how it happened, right?" It makes sense narratively that they would pull beats from these other movies that Arthur Fleck probably seen in his life before he got into the asylum, and a person like the Joker would probably be super obsessed with movies like that, right? Also explains the casting of Robert De Niro, right? As he's telling it, he's imagining it. He's taking this actor that was in these two iconic movies and he's putting him in his story that he's fabricating, right? It makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense. Okay? It's not just a stunt casting, right? It makes perfect sense. Um, what else? What else do I got? What else do I got? It also explains how Arthur is so much older in this movie than Bruce, because as he's telling the story, right, it's like him as he is now, and she's imagining it as he is now, and he's imagining himself as he is there. But we know that the truth is that the Joker and Bruce are very close in age, and the reason that he's in there is because of the Batman. So there's no way that that could have happened, right? There's no way that it could have happened. So it's all just not true. And it also explains how he's not super jokery, I guess you could say, throughout most of the movie. He's telling this story and he's trying to paint himself as this sympathetic character where he's killing people in self-defense, or he's killing somebody who bullied him on national television and things like that. But we know that that's not true. The Joker kills because he's a psycho. The Joker kills because he likes to do it, because it's funny to him. He acts like it's a game. And then the real Joker that you see is at the very end where he's walking down that hallway with the bloody footprints, and then the people are chasing him around. He's acting like it's like some game. That's the real Joker. The Joker that we're seeing in there is this fabricated version of the story that the Joker is telling about himself. But that's not the actual Joker, right? The Joker is the agent of chaos. He's a sociopath. He's psychotic, right? Anyway, those are kind of my overall thoughts on the movie. I think the movie's fantastic. I think that it's great. It's so much fun to watch. I can't wait to see it again. And I think that it's a movie that is super layered with all of these cool different, and this is just my theory. Like, I could be completely wrong, but I've really been thinking about it, and I think that a lot of what people could argue against, I think I have good rebuttals for it. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Peace out.